Algebra 1, Lesson 17. Part A is called Factors and Coefficients, and right here, kind of in the middle of this section, we see 4xy. There are no operation symbols between any of them, so the operation indicated here is multiplication. Therefore, this is called an indicated product. Okay, so that's one term, indicated product. This is an example of one because it's indicating that you multiply. Indicates multiplication. Okay, you know that the answer to a multiplication problem is the product. Each of these is a factor. Okay, so there's part of the heading. Each one of these is a factor. Let's see, I suppose we'll go ahead and make a note of that too. 4x and y are factors. Okay, now the x and the y are variables. You've had that term. What they are worth, their value may vary, so they're variables. 4 is a number, but whenever it's part of one of these indicated products, the first factor is called the coefficient. Okay, that is just the 4. That is the coefficient. Because it's a number, we can also call it a numerical coefficient. Technically, we could also rewrite this because you know that multiplying is commutative. We could write this x times 4 times y. And then the x would be the coefficient, and because it's a letter, it's called a literal coefficient, and that's because it's a letter, not because it's literally the coefficient. Okay, but normally we have the number first. This doesn't seem right. Maybe when you're working with a formula, you end up with a number at the end at first when you're inserting the value so that you can evaluate, but then you want to get it rearranged so that the number is first. That's just typical. So this is a numerical coefficient, but this is so common that we just call it the coefficient. Put the numbers first. And I think that's all we need to say about Part A. Part B is just called terms. Okay, a term is a single variable or constant variable is the letter, constant is a number. So it could be just one single variable or one single constant. It could be the indicated product or quotient. So we have two blanks here. That's indicated product and then quotient. Indicated product or quotient of more than one variable and or constant, or it could also be the indicated product or quotient of expressions that have variables and constants, so like a bigger one. So of expressions. All right. Now, each term can be thought of as a single entity that represents the numbers, like a single value. In an algebraic expression, terms are separated by a plus sign or a minus sign. So plus or minus sign. So here we have an algebraic expression, and there's a plus, there's a minus, there's a minus. first term, second term, third term, fourth term. So this expression has 4 terms. Say I circled everything except for the pluses and minuses. I know there's one there, but that fraction is 1 term. Okay, so x, there is a single variable. For x, y, m, that is an indicated product. This is an indicated quotient, but also within that you have a sum and another indicated product. So this is one of those more lengthy expressions. And then the 8 is a constant. So we have examples of all these things in this one expression. Okay, I don't think there's a lot more we need to say about that. Again, 4 terms, first term, second term, third term, fourth term. And we're ready for part C. Okay, so the distributive property. It's in the box. You've seen this before. And these letters are like a formula. These are all representing numbers. And for any numbers, A, B, and C, if you have some number times the sum, that's the same as if you took that number times them individually and then add. All right, so that just means, let's do a little example with numbers here. Let's say 3 times 2 plus 5. Okay, so that's the same as, this says, if we did the outside number times the first inside number plus the outside number times the second one. Okay, that's giving us 21. Now if we do the order of operations, we will be adding the 2 and the 5 first, and that does equal 21. So either way works. Usually it'll be simpler work if you just follow the order of operations and not distributing these. But whenever you have an expression like in example 1 that we have inside the parentheses, okay, we can't add these. We didn't get to like terms quite yet, but these aren't like terms. It's not just numbers, and the variables aren't even the same. So we have to distribute, and we're going to take 4 times each one of those. So what we're doing is 4 times 8 minus 4 times 2x plus 4 times y. When you have a couple of numbers to be multiplied, you need to do that. So here we have 32 minus 8x plus 4y, and that is all we can do with that. Okay, that's it for example 1. We've got some more though. Get that paper out of the way. Almost did that again. Okay, example 2. Fewer numbers now, mostly variables, but still whatever's on the outside we take times each thing on the inside. So we have mn times x plus mn times y plus mn times 2p. But again, we normally put the number first, so I'm going to write this 2mnp. It's an indicated product. We're allowed to put them in whatever order we wish here, like these 4 things. So again, please put the number first in that term. That's it. Example 3. The outside term that you're multiplying might be on the, or factor that might be on the the right side. Okay, we're still taking mp times all 3 of the things inside the parentheses. So I'll write xmp, could have been mpx, minus 3ymp. Okay, it doesn't matter what order the letters are in as long as you put that number first. Sometimes we'll put the letters in alphabetical order, so it's just easier to compare our answers, but that's not necessary. I'm just kind of going in the order they are. So xzmp for this one. And that's all you need to do. Aren't they fun? One more. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x, because you take negative 3 times 2, that is negative 6 times x. And then this is, see, minus 4 is plus negative 4, so we have a negative 3 times a negative 4, that is a positive 12. And we are already done with that. Talk to you later.